involve all these things. It could have source reduction, energy, sustainability, innovation. And then green chemistry, which is the invention or design of chemical products to eliminate the generation of hazardous waste. So those are all broadly in this area of green technology. So what about green technology in aquaculture? I had just put this up before we stopped last time. Remember, there's several different kinds of aquaculture in the world. The most common is extensive, which means that it's very broad in its area. There's not huge densities of organisms that are packed into an aquaculture system. But when you have an intensive system where there is that high density situation involved, then you have the potential to have a huge amount of a nitrogen discharge. So you need to really be careful about that. Most of that comes from feed for the organisms in the system. And here's just some other attributes of poorly conceived aquaculture, non-ecological aquaculture. In Thailand, out of 76 farmers that they surveyed, 73 used pesticides and disinfectants, and 56, so more than 90% used pesticides and disinfectants, and more than 2/3 used antibiotics, all of which can be very negative from a green technology perspective. And here's another survey that showed that there were 65 different chemicals and drugs used in aquaculture systems. So then this just shows you the loop over on the left here. So when you have high nitrogen content in feed, you add a whole bunch of pesticides and antibiotics, you end up with less utilization of nitrogen, you end up with antibiotic-resistant bacteria, and you end up with antibiotic and pesticide residues, all of which go into the environment through discharge from that aquaculture system, creating a real problem. So here's what we want to move to. We want to move away. I'm not sure why this shows this particular picture, so I'm not sure why this one's any better, although I think the key is this one's showing a bunch of discharge and this one's not, although this was probably just during low flow. But to move to a much better circumstance,